welcome.
Over there.
My name's Mike Hatfield. I'm the chairperson for the Local Community Coalition for Social Justice. I welcome everybody, and thanks for coming. It's very good to see you. I'm just going to give a brief summary of what the Community Coalition for Social Justice, or CCSJ, is, and then I can turn everything over to Eve, because she's done all the work. First, our history. We were founded in 1999 in reaction to Ku Klux Klan activity in nearby cities. This means we've been active here for 25 years. That's hard to believe. Our mission is to bring together people from throughout the Morgantown and nearby areas, including religious organizations, faculty and staff of area schools and the university, labor unions, community advocacy organizations, and individuals dedicated to promoting the principles of social, environmental, and economic justice and respect for all persons. We've done a few things. We've long lobbied and worked for civil rights at the state and local level to eliminate racial, sexual orientation, or gender discrimination. For example, we strongly supported the creation of the Human Rights Commission here in Morgantown. We've conducted family-friendly annual Martin Luther King Jr. Day celebrations since 2007, mostly at the Met Theatre, and the intent there was to focus them on children so they could learn about civil rights. We've organized the acquisition of books focused on disabilities, economic justice, the environment, women's studies, African American studies, diversity, tolerance and justice for town and county libraries, and the Shack Neighborhood House. We've organized and sponsored a variety of forums and fairs based on diversity and economic, environmental and social justice, with the intent of getting people together to meet each other, to discuss issues, and to share their problems and ideas. We've had a couple of honors. We were honored to receive one of Morgantown, Mont County League of Women Voters' first Social Justice Awards in 2015, and recognition from the Human Rights Commission in 2017. We just hope through our actions and support of so many people in the community, we will continue to address issues of social justice to keep Morgantown a welcoming, open, inclusive community dedicated to treating one another with civility and respect. We thank the many public and private groups that have helped us by providing support and funding, including the City of Morgantown. I'm just going to pass the microphone over to Eve. Eve is largely responsible for everything you see around you today. Eve joined WVU in 1980 and became the coordinator of graphic design at WVU in 2008. She was named the J. Bernard Schultz, if I said that correctly, endowed professor of art in 2012. At that time, she started a senior course called Design for Social Change, and worked with many non-profits and the Scots Run Museum and Trail, producing many ways to tell their story in song, exhibits, and events. She put on 2 national conferences called Designing Across the Divide in 2012 and 2019 that brought people from all walks of life together. She retired in 2021 and set up the Justice Through Design Endowment to support underrepresented students. She's very interested in design for social good, design that can improve our civic engagement and social interaction. She continues to do great things, including what you see about you today. Thank you so much, Eve.
Guess I'm short. Thank you for coming. I'm really hoping that you'll keep joining me in ways that we can spread these ideas. The impetus for doing this was that we're, as we know, so divided right now. We've forgotten how to be with one another, and hopefully if you've looked at the book and you've seen the exhibit, you can tell we're trying to be positive here. I think the books, and can everybody who was in the book raise your hand who's here? There's so we got a lot of people who are helping us that way. But this whole project is about West Virginian stories. And I think you'll find, if you have a chance to read through it, that you might know some of these people, but you didn't know these things about these people. And that's what I kept finding so powerful as I was doing it. You know, I'd be working with someone and they'd say, well, you have to talk to this person, you have to talk to that person. So that's how those came about. There's no way that it can be comprehensive. It's a selection of who I ran into in the last 4 months that we had a chance to put in there in time for this thing. So we're calling it the beta version. If you find mistakes, maybe don't write right in the book, but tell the librarian, because the beta version will get cleaned up for the next one. I don't see many of my design colleagues here, and I'm just as pleased with that, because I kept trying different styles, and so the book's full of different styles, and maybe there should be fewer styles in it. So there'll be several things will change. And I've already had some questions about whether it's available, and we're hoping to make it available some way. First Energy had a requirement that we not make a profit on it to get their funding for the $1,000 worth of copies we can make. So we do want to make them available to organizations, and that's up between First Energy and the CCSJ. They'll figure something out. So I can't answer that question right now, but I do want to disseminate it in ways that, you know, make most people have a chance to see it. Because they really are sensational stories, and I'm going to stop talking in a minute. So a couple people who will share what it was like for their side to be heard, and I have that. I do want to say that this isn't the end of it. Not only is the exhibit traveling, there's at least 5 cities that want it, and I'm going to travel it as far as I can until it's the last time you can register to vote, because what this is really about also is being engaged, figuring out that if you don't have time to see where the misinformation is, find your nerdy relative or friend who does that for you and tells you what values are matching up to who you are, and how that translates into the down ballot. You know, West Virginia may not do much about what happens with the presidential race, but we certainly can do something about what happens down ballot, and that's really critical to your everyday life. So one reason for doing this is getting people to talk to one another, to decrease the divide, but also to make sure that we're engaged enough so that we're making the most out of this upcoming election. So usually we're going to have, as this travels around, we're going to have at least voter registration information. I don't know if we're allowed to actually register voters anymore, but we'll do what we're allowed to do by law to make sure that the most people are engaged that can be. And an extra thing that is part of this is going to debut on July 13th in the farmers market, 2 to 4. And that is, some of you are here because you were part of that Listening for Racial Understanding thing that I did before. And that paired up people that talked to one another who they didn't know, and we made art about that, and that became an exhibit that traveled. Well, we're going to do something similar to that in the farmers market. If you will sign up for me that you'll want to be involved, I'll put you across the table from someone, and you'll answer a prompt that comes from this exhibit. The exhibit comes in a format also that's posters that are half size, so they can be packaged up. And if you're curious about that, I've got a thing for you to sign here, and just say you're interested, and I'll give me a way to contact you back. Because that I want to package and keep going too. So those things will keep going. So I'm going to stop talking, and I think John Gaddis and Dana Pratt are here, who are featured in the comic books. Am I missing anybody else that wanted? What's that? Yeah, Tim's in. I think he said he didn't want to speak. Rita, would you like to say something?
We'd like to.
Okay, so we'll keep it brief. We're trying to make sure that the city councilors can get to their meeting by 7. But, and then we've got Al to sing, and we've got the Osage Gospel Choir, Gospel and Soul Choir, because we include reggae and Bill Withers in our band. And that is something that happened from another thing that we've been doing, which is our Scots Run Resonance Grant, which combines the Scots Run different organizations and Morgantown to do things together. So it's another way we bring people together. So our choir that Aristotle Jones and Al direct once a month is open to all, and all are coming. We've got a real diverse group. So we'll have a little bit of that after. So, but anyway, so John, you and Dana, and if you're feeling like it, tell us something about what the graphic novel looked like from your side.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
How's everybody today?
Good.
Great. My name is John Gaddis. I'm a transplant. I moved here in 1993, to be specifically August 13th, 1993, which was a Friday. So Friday 13th. I was only supposed to be here for 6 months, as my friends, my wife's friends, the Burks know. I'm still here. I got to serve on council with Jenny Shalene, Marty Schamberger. Who else is over there? I don't know everybody else around the room, but
John.
those others. Someone talking to? I'm sorry.
Kaweki is here.
Kawiki's here. Okay. Kawiki's my neighbor from South Park. So thank you for being here. What I'm here to talk about is my father-in-law. My father-in-law, his name is John Watson. He's listed in the book as a Tuskegee Airman. He was born in Keystone, West Virginia, raised in the Bluefield, Beckley area. Very, very highly intelligent man. He had girls and one son. He had 4 girls and 1 son. First set of were twins, and then my wife is the youngest of that group. We were talking one day about me growing up in Alabama. He said, "Hey, I was in the Army down in a little place called Tuskegee." I said, "Okay, do you know what that means?" He said, "Oh yeah, that's where I was." I said, "You are a Tuskegee Airman." He said, "What? Yeah." He's always a pilot. No, he said he was a chief mechanic for the Tuskegee Airmen. That they did all the training and all that. That was him. And he had a plane he took care of and all those great things. So he went to booth school in Iowa, and then he finished up in Tuskegee with all the training. So when you left Tuskegee, you went to Africa. You went to the theater, and that was his job. What's crazy, my wife said she didn't know all this. I said, "You never talked to your dad?" I said, "Yeah, we fished and smoked cigars on the bank and those kind of things, but he never talked about his time in Tuskegee." The more we talked about Tuskegee, he actually played baseball on the baseball team against in the Negro leagues and all those things. She's like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Yeah, this is all stuff we talked about, and we got a chance to talk to him." I took him down to visit my parents, and I grew up probably an hour and a half, 2 hours from Tuskegee. So we took a trip down to Tuskegee before they opened the museum and took him to Morton Airfield. And he got to tell us, like, this was there. It's like, wait a minute, what? He said we used to run the trail, the train tracks, and do all this and that. Played baseball against the Birmingham Black Barons. I played in Louisville, played in St. Louis, and it's like, man, you were unreal history. Just unreal. You sit there and as having daughters, they care about baseball and Army and those kind of things. A lot of times, a lot of military guys don't talk about their military type activities, but he sit down and we talked a lot, especially when I got to my parents. My brothers loved him. My dad loved him. My mom loved him. So he was also a big fisherman. My mom's pastor was a big fisherman, so they took him fishing, and it was just all those kind of things. But the story of him telling about Tuskegee was unreal. It went full circle that we got a chance when the National Park Association opened the museum. We actually got to go down and take him to see the Food Museum with all the red tails and all those kind of things. And he also got to do the special flight to D.C. with, what's his name, Gilligan's wife. Did the event to take him to D.C. Everybody know what that is, right? So he got a chance to go and do that. Not only, he didn't know, but he was eligible for his red jacket. So he got his red jacket, he got his medal, and we still have those things. And we got one of his Negro Leagues baseballs that he has signed. We have that on a big thing. He also got to go to the first inauguration for Obama, which was the coldest day ever on earth, but he was there, so it was a great chance for him to do those things, so he got to see a black president. He actually passed away at age 96, I think, 95, 96. What was crazy was he would drive from Beckley to Morgantown by himself. He would make his stop in Flatwoods and come all the way up. He was still doing that until he's 93 or whatever. So he was very highly intelligent. Library would be a perfect place for us, where he goes every day to the library or to get not Gabe's. What's the other store he loved? Like not Big Lots, but the other store. Oh man, what's the name of the store? Aldi. It was like, it became Aldi's, but it was one of those. But he loves junk. He was a pack rat, that's what my wife would say. But he's always had some kind of business that he ran. He tells a story of spending time in New Jersey in a ketchup factory. So he worked there, and what he did there was he took care of the steam kettles, which allowed him to eventually become the lead person at the VA hospital in Beckley, where he ran the boiler system, took care of the heating and cooling and all those kind of things. My wife didn't know what he did for work. All he knew he drove a beige car. But that's what he did. So Mr. John Watson, outstanding man. And not only was he a Tuskegee Airman, but my wife's uncle on the mother's side was also a Tuskegee Airman. He was a pilot that actually flew in Africa. So they would visit him in the summers in Ohio, over in Cincinnati. And she would tell the stories of being the little girls that they put on the train to take the train trip over to Cincinnati. So all those kind of things and that history is just unreal. And I'll get out of the way because you don't need to hear anything about John Gaddis, but that's why I was here, to be voluntold about John Watson. You get a chance to check him out. He's like the last few pages of the book. Thank you.
What John didn't tell you about is he's in the book too for the nice things he's doing for the black community with entrepreneurship. Dana? So Dana is one of the, she was the president of the WVU chapter of the NAACP and was one of my editors and responsible for getting the cooler people on the the entertainer and sports panel. And my mailman was very impressed that I had Jay Coles. So thanks to her. Dana, come tell him a bit.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dana Pratt, and as you said, I was the president of the NAACP for 2023-2024. So I, along with Sierra Velez, who was our secretary, and Soraya Boggs, who was our treasurer, we all had the opportunity to be a part of this project, which was so cool. But when Eve first came to me and she asked me to tell my story, I was honestly a little hesitant because my first thought was, I'm 22 years old, so how much story do I really have to tell? Just to tell you a little bit about myself, I was an international student from the Bahamas. So I have always been pretty in touch with my blackness, but coming to America gave me a new sense of my racial identity. I found myself being usually the only black student in my classes, and I became hyper aware of navigating spaces, each space I was in, as a black woman. We reactivated the NAACP in August 2023 because we realized that there really was a need for a student advocacy organization specifically for students of color at WVU. I think that we usually see academia especially as a one-size-fits-all space, and that really is not the case, especially for students of color. We wanted to give students of color a platform to share their concerns as students to other students who have also experienced the same thing, where we can then take it to administrators and people who have a larger platform. And that's because it's just easier to come to people who kind of look like you and might have shared the same experiences as you. We also just want to have like a community for all students of color to kind of come together, so we want to have that centralized hub. And becoming a part of the NAACP has, I think it's been a transformative experience for me. As a woman, as a leader, I have been able to connect with people of different cultures and who have different perspectives than me, but I've also just learned the value of my voice as a Black woman, but as a Caribbean woman especially. So I am so excited to see where the NAACP goes in the future. Thank you so much for having us and including us, and thank you for listening.
Would you like to speak? A lot of people know Rita, but you probably don't know her story.
Thank you all for doing this. Sorry that we have to go next door, but we love this.
My story begins on a farm outside of Fort Ashby in Kaiser, West Virginia, a place called Reese's Mill. And we lived 4 miles out, and Reese's Mill had 3 houses and 4 barns. So you know how urban we were. Was raised by a handicapped father who lost his legs in a coal mine when he was 18, and by a mom that was as patient as you'd ever want. In through life, I traveled up to the state of New Jersey in the school system there, and met several people that have made a total mark in my life. And one of them was Bev Williams and Wally Williams. Bev's dad was a missionary to Burma before World War II, and they were in Burma. Bev was raised in Burma, and so was her siblings, but they all went to boarding school in India. And when the war came, they came back to the United States, and in 1945, they were the first family to go back to Burma as missionaries. And in that process, they had to go in the back door. Couldn't stay very long. They were sent out of Burma at that time. But what I learned from them, and we ended up in the course of life owning a duplex house together, Bev and Wally on one side and I on the other. And I noticed that they always had company. There was always different people coming in and out their door, particularly people from the United Nations that came from Burma. And I learned so much. You can imagine a West Virginia hillbilly kid. And the first day I called roll in the classroom, I didn't know words to housekeeping from Tanzanini. And the class went up and spoke, with laughter. So they all had numbers the next day. But that tells you that the experience it was for me to get to know people in New Jersey. And I was there 9 years. And Bev and Wally opened their doors to anyone, anytime. So I decided that that was a way of life I wanted to live. Came to Morgantown in 1965, had an apartment for 2 years, and then in 1967 bought a house. That house has sheltered many, many people. It was before the days of the McDonald House or Rosenbaum House for the hospital. So I was one of those places that if you were there for a period of time, you got to come and stay with me. We finished the basement into an apartment, and we've had, as near as we can count, about 44 different students that have come through the basement, cellar dwellers as we call them. And one of the requirements to come to the house is that you are a student and you're in need of housing. And so the housing is free, the electric and all that is free. I also have had people come that just needed a place to stay for a day or two, or sometimes 2 or 3 weeks, particularly the Mennonite community around Grantsville, Maryland. Several folks have come and stayed with me 2 and 3 weeks, and sometimes 2 and 3 months. The longest anyone stayed with me up in my part of the house has been 14 months. And that was a couple from Wyoming and from, they were Swedes and Danish that were here with the Department of Agriculture. and your first child was born and came to the house, and so we've had a baby in the house. So, anyway, that's been my life, and still is. Right now, I have a lady from Sudan who's living in the basement. So, who knows who'll be here. She moves out in August 19th, and I don't know who's going to be next, but we'll find somebody who'll come. So, that's my mission, is to copy what I've seen in others, and I think that's one of the lessons that we all need to learn, is to pick out the good things that we see in other people and magnify them. So it's my privilege to know Eve and to be here as part of this group. So thank you so much.
We're up to you, Al. So,
I'm going to be doing other things. You know, you certainly have a lot of time. Eve, all I can say is, Eve comes to your place to get a couple things, you know. It's going to be hours.
same to you.
And back and back and back. Some things that I had to try to figure out, did I do those? Was I all those places, you know? So it was great working with Eve, and I know one thing I do know, Eve likes everything to make sure it's right. We went over a number of things, whether it was exactly right. So I'm really, really thankful that, you know, she did. And is thankful for her, period. Just give her a round of applause. Our museum there, how much work she's done, and her students and all have done so much work, you know, and but I gotta save my voice, but we gotta sing with the, you know, with the choir, and then gotta do a couple songs. I don't probably want to do a couple songs, but it's so great.
So Al is the first story in the graphic novel, if you haven't already seen that. And so, I just forgot the last thing I was going to say, just as well. We did want to get you in the mood with some freedom songs. And I don't know what you're doing first, but you can announce that. I think we're ready for you to sing.
Yeah, we're gonna do, we got some songs ready, you know. And after we sing, I'm just gonna do a couple songs myself, you know, but we'll, the group, you know. We got some,
You ready for it?
yeah, we're ready.
Okay.
We're ready to do
And you're welcome to sing along. You probably know them.
Here we go. You can sing too, right? We can start with This Little Light of Mine, ain't that right, Al? You gonna stand up, lead us? Yeah. So we're the Osage Gospel and Soul Community Choir. It's open to everybody, whether you can sing or not. So what we're going to do is lead you guys with songs. And if you liked it and you have fun, come see us on the last Monday of the month over at Osage. And we usually do a Facebook post, which you always want to do. So Al, I was going to lead us off with This Little Light of Mine.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All in the community, I'm gonna let it shine. All in the community, I'm gonna let it shine. All in the community, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All right, who's next?
What you want to sing?
In the town of Osage, I'm gonna let it shine. In the town of Osage, I'm gonna let it shine. In the town of Osage, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Prepare some freedom songs that were inspired by some of the calls to action during the Civil Rights Movement. So the next song that we're going to sing is We Shall Overcome. So if you know We Shall Overcome, please feel free to sing along. All right. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we are not afraid today. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. All right. Remember, ain't nobody gonna let nobody Oh man, I'm trying to remember that one. How that one go? Come on. Ain't nobody go. Turn, yeah. Come on up here and sing. We got a new choir member. Come on up here. Come on, that's what it is. You got it, man. You got it. Come on up, man. Yes, indeed. That's how you get the choir. That new show from the last Monday of the month over and over. You know them? Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. You got it. We'll follow you.
Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around.
Turn me around. Turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching down the freedom land. Ain't gonna let segregation turn me around. Turn me around. Turn me around, ain't gonna let segregation turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom's land. Ain't gonna let racism turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let racism turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom's land. Ain't gonna let no hatred turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let no hatred turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom's land. Ain't gonna let injustice turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let injustice turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom's land. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom's land. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom's land.
Well, I'm glad to see this here. Here's what we want to do here also. We want these young folks to be able to march all the time. See, many of us have already marched. Many of us haven't marched, but you're going to lead the march, girl.
And that's a big thing the choir is about, is carrying on the traditions, of oral storytelling.
That's right.
And uncovering what the meanings are inside the music that we're singing, so we can connect with some of those lessons from the previous generation that maybe we haven't been able to articulate in a modern sense. So by singing those songs, it kind of puts us in the footsteps and the shoulder to shoulders with the brothers that were fighting for like the civil rights movement then, with our current struggle for the civil rights movement now. So you guys are welcome to come on out, join us in the Fun Sense. It's the last Monday of every month. We meet at the Ferry House, or you might go to if you invite us to your neck of the woods, we'll come visit you. We're the Osage Gospel and Soul Community Choir. Thank you guys very much.
Where's that?
Let's do it, huh?
We'll do that, and then
Check.
we'll return back to milling around and enjoying things, and you can.
What's the song we sing together? What is the song we sing together? We sang down at the museum. I want to sing that song with you, and then I'm just going to do it.
Don't embarrass me now.
Now, you know we sang down there together.
What was it?
I'm trying to think the song we sang. You know, we sang there with Sister Sarah also. We all three of us sang that song down there. Oh, my Lord, getting us ready for that great.
Hey, you gotta push your cable on the other side. It's on your microphone now. Yeah, make sure the cable's all the way in the back.
Yeah, well,
It's coming
I'll
out.
just pull this off here.
Yeah.
That thing is tight there also. Now you guys can help me on this also now. We've sang it all before. My Lord, getting us ready for that great day. Oh, my Lord, getting us ready for that great day. My Lord, getting us ready for that great day. Tell me who shall be able to stand. Oh, my Lord, getting us ready for that great day. Oh, my Lord, getting us ready for that great day. My Lord, getting us ready for that great day. Tell me who shall be able to stand.
That's right.
You know the saints will be shouting on that great day. Oh, saints will be shouting on that great day. Saints will be shouting on that great day. Tell me who shall be able to stand. Oh, my Lord, getting us ready for that great day. Oh, my Lord, getting us ready for that great day. My Lord, getting us ready for that great day. Tell me who shall be able to stand. It is no secret what God can do. What He's done for others, He'll do for you. With arms wide open, He'll pardon you. It is no secret what God can do. There is no night, for in His light you'll never walk alone. Always feel at home wherever you may roam. There is no power can conquer you when God is on your side. Take Him at His promise. Don't run away and hide. It is no secret what God can do. What He's done for others, He'll do for you. With arms wide open, He'll pardon you. It is no secret what God can do. There is no night, for in His light you'll never walk alone. Always feel at home wherever you may roam. There is no power can conquer you when God is on your side. Take Him at His promise. Don't run away and hide. It is no secret what God can do. What He's done for others, He'll do for you. With arms wide open, He'll pardon you. It is no secret what God can do. It is no secret what God can do. had a song, I had a song there that was in my little bag over there. Is there a piece of paper in that bag there that,
Try your back behind here. I don't see it.
we should stay with?
Which one? This here? Well, let me check. You want to try the other microphone? Okay.
I'm not doing any songs that I practiced today. And I'm not using my CD player here.
1, 2. Oh, this one works out. There you go. Do you need your CD player?
No. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He has loosed his faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. In the middle, Christ was born across the sea with the glory in his bosom that transfigures you and me. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free as God is marching on. Everybody! Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching. One more time. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. Well, we just did this with God Bless America, and all you all know, because we need blessings right now. Has anybody ever heard my podcast? It's in here. Well, you need to hear my podcast from time to time, you see. If you heard it, then you will know a lot of issues, you see. And one of the main things is I talk to, especially young folks around 18 to 35 years old, the ones that have, just like these young folks right here say, they have families like this. And what we have to worry about more than anything else is these children, see, the children. See, at 87 years old, see, I'm on the other side. And I've been up all those hills, all them hills. And I surely don't want to go up on them again. But if we're not smart enough in this country, we're going to go up those hills again. So we just better be smart. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairie, to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. One more time. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairie, to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
If anybody wants to be added to our CCSJ email list, there's a sign-in sheet on the far table over there. There's a yellow pad. And please, there's still food.
If you're interested in the July 13th event.